After a long time, the Everest crew have been reunited. Here with Mike and Spence on our next adventure. The Grand Canyon. First time for me, and what better way to do it than with the two boys I climbed to Mount Everest with. We began our trek on Bright Angel Trail, down into the canyon.
If I didn't know better, I'd say we're taking the long way round.
Unlike Mount Everest at 17,000 feet, we weren't oxygen deprived. The vastness, grandness, and openness of this place almost doesn't look real. To be able to look miles down into the canyon is truly incredible. And it was unique to see our road laid out before us. What I immediately noticed was a different colored rock as we observed the strata the deeper we went. Rich reds and browns showed themselves as we tread the path, often cooped up, caged in offices and small spaces, a symptom of modern human life. Such a nice change of pace to be able to just see so far, an open frontier. And I was keen to practice what I'd learned at the Shaolin Temple in China. I'm starving! Hi. Part of what I've come to love is the fact that I get to see such different places. From Everest to the Shaolin Temple, and now this and Death Valley, which you'll see soon. Just the contrast alone is enough to inspire. As always, being enveloped in nature, so refreshing. What are we doing, Mike?
We're gonna go on to Monument Creek. Terrain's gonna undulate a bit more.
Okay.
It's like 7 miles.
We had this nice little break flat for a second. Okay.
So we're trying to do those 7 miles in 4 hours.
Epic. All right, sounds good. I'll be ready. It's a strange feeling. It's a place full of life, brimming with it. The aesthetic is barren, depleted, drab colors, small, withered trees, and rock cast down upon the mountainside reminded us of the danger of this place, but also made us that much more grateful for our safe passage. Seeing down into the depths of those crags, it's really hard to establish in your mind just how deep this place is. And seeing the river so far away, it's a reminder of how old, ancient this place is. As I said, Everest was here millions of years before us. It'll be here long after. It feels a privilege to walk through such a legendary place. The sun started to set. We made our way through the rocky terrain and the thin trails towards our first campsite.
Where we make camp.
I said it then, it'd be hard to top such an aesthetic place.
It's night number 2. It's our first night in the rim. There's Ravi, Michael and his bivvy, his my tents.
It was over. I had the high ground, you see. Of course I had to use it.
Phil, what are you eating there?
Nothing like trail food, eh, Spence? Ultralight. See, other people I heard, Spence, he has an unfortunate condition. It's called weakness. He has to go ultralight because he's not strong enough, unfortunately. Apparently, there's this big movement of ultralight for people who have like small muscles, they're like weak or something like that. Me, I bring pizza boxes. Those look pretty good. You can talk to me in the ultralight forums. I'll be in there in and out. I'm talking about how to deal with your condition of weakness. But in the meantime, hang in there. To send some positivity and thoughts for those weaklings. All right, let's do it.
For all the appeal and draw of epic adventures and grand treks through this place, it's hard not to notice its odd peacefulness, stillness, calmness. Of course, I was reminded of being above the tree line in Mount Everest.
What is that, having neck warmer? I took it off. I was like, oh, I'll just put it around my toe.
There's the hero of our story here, eating almond butter. Well, day 2 of hiking. We did Bright Angel Trail, and now
Tatanto.
Awesome.
And now we're hiking to Hermit Creek Trail.
Glorious.
We'll stay at Hermit Creek Camp tonight and then climb out of the canyon tomorrow.
Awesome. Very exciting. The views keep getting better. What's up?
We figured something out.
What's that?
I'm choking in my own water, but
That's fine.
if we set ourselves up like this,
Yeah?
we can all pull out our respective, not our respective, but our partner's respective bottle. And then, well...
That's embarrassing. Yeah.
Michael, where are we?
We are coming up on Horn Creek
Where?
campsite in the Grand Canyon.
Look how grand it is.
Very grand. Pretty goddamn grand. Look at that cave up there.
Whoa.
So you climb up there, it's like
It just goes so deep.
so deep.
Something draws me in about barren landscapes. Open, vast, plain, the void, the abyss. Something about it is almost abstract. It doesn't look real. Because of the similarities in the landscape, it's hard for your mind to establish distance, perspective. So oftentimes I find it fueling my imagination, thinking of how this place came to be, an appreciation for time, a reminder that slowness can create something grand, and perhaps only slowness. Trek, the conditions worsen.
Beautiful place out here, as you can see. Gives you a harsh sense of perspective.
Again, hearkening to Everest, constant discomfort, the all-encompassing cold with no respite for days or even weeks has an effect on you. If I'm honest, my body's never quite felt the same after Everest. I feel like I get colder a lot easier.
I want a wooded hill by the reed and the willow.
You don't know this song?
No.
What the hell's wrong with you?
I didn't know who Tom Bombadil was until you just told me.
You're disgusting. Don't forget it, you son of a... Get out of here before it's too late.
Christmas Eve in the Grand Canyon. We had to make a tough decision. Take Hermit Trailhead and escape the canyon, or stay another night. Make camp in the cold, wet, freezing conditions. We decided we couldn't make it out by nightfall, so we'd stay. We were gifted with a one-of-a-kind sight, a mist fall, as vapor tumbled down to the canyon. Never seen anything like it.
This is where we're spending Christmas. Christmas Cave.
The deeper we got, or even more beautiful colored stone. So much variety, so much freshness, even in the simplicity. The rain wouldn't let up. So we filled up our bottles.
There's Spencer collecting some water, and Christopher as well.
Found a cave. We decided to exchange our Christmas presents there.
And so now I'm re-gifting it to Ravi, who is my Secret Santa recipient. Mind you, last night I kept it out in the rain, and an animal went inside the Ziploc, and now there is on the wrapping paper. Merry Christmas.
Hey! Take it!
I don't need to explain.
All right.
Oh, that's so nice.
What is
man.
that?
Look at that. Plus Ultra.
Maybe glows in the dark.
Maybe the last text that I sent you before this trip started was Plus Ultra.
Now that's awesome.
And you put it on your bag?
Hey, you can put it anywhere. Sentimentality is...
It outweighs Ultralight.
It uplifts you, you know? It's negative part.
That's nice.
In honor of our grand adventures and shared passion for Tolkien, I got Mike a Lord of the Rings book.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
On the one hand, to share in our joy for the subject matter. On the other, to weigh him down and destroy his ultralight philosophy.
Yeah.
Do you actually say heck in real life? Like,
Unironically? I mean, I have to. I stream for like 4 hours at a time, and I don't swear.
it's just fascinating.
What do you say? I can't
Oh,
say it.
I have
Heckin',
a
yeah.
horrible potty mouth.
No, you don't.
I do.
Look at that white man take a piss.
Merry Christmas, philosophers. Christmas morning, no excuse not to train. We slept in the dirt last night. No comforts, no pleasures, no presents, no friendships out here, man. You may not have gotten everything you want for Christmas. Always be grateful for what you do have. Cowards die first. Merry Christmas. See you guys around town. Christmas in the Grand Canyon.
It was the first Christmas I've ever spent away from the family.
Final day, canyon escape. The boys are filling up on water. That is our road. Ravizi. Kicking it back, Ravizi style.
Now for the traditional almond butter Christmas toast.
A toast.
Clink.
Merry Christmas. Almond butter. Toast.
Sawyer Waterfall.
He's the family.
He's that uncle.
He's that guy.
He's that uncle.
Do remember to tell your loved ones to eat almond butter.
On that Christmas morning, I woke up in a dark mood. I felt a profound sadness. I don't know why exactly. Waking up in freezing mud won't exactly put you on the right side of the bed, but oftentimes with beautiful places like this, in silence, you find yourself reflecting. The training was spent in the morning, as you saw, set off this chain reaction in my body. I felt completely different. Everything's so connected. Our bodies, our minds, our memories in the present. The here and now, faraway dreams. And beyond that, there's something to be said by taking your situation, your fate, if you will, into your own hands. It doesn't have to be climbing 7 miles vertically in one day to escape the Grand Canyon. I was able to feel every breath rushing into my lungs. It was a gift. It was so refreshing. And after a certain altitude, we were greeted with a perfect Christmas gift. And even though it would make our journey much more difficult, slippery, dangerous, eliminate visibility, and almost give me frostbite, it had a beauty in its own right that could not be ignored or suppressed. You can frame anything however you want, even though it was more difficult. It was worth every step. Even as I struggled, tried to see the good in the situation. Life is good, guys. Don't forget it. I know it's hard on certain days, but always try to see the good. It's there. Sometimes it's hidden because you haven't felt it in a while, but it's been there all along, just like this place. Patient. It's not going anywhere, and neither should you. Thought about what I cherish so much about all my loved ones in my life. Even the ones on this trek with me. Like Mike, he's so good at just sensing if anything is off with you whatsoever. He knows instantly, and he's there to make you feel better. He's there to correct it. I share with Ravi this love for lore and legends and ancient tales and texts. We talked about them for hours on the escape from the canyon. Chris, I just met on this journey, really tries to come off as hard as he can. But he's actually one of the kindest people you will ever meet on this planet. Nah, Spence. I admire about him far too much than I could ever express, but on this trip I loved our mutual appreciation for the extreme, reveling in the challenge, the difficulty.
Maybe about a half hour outside from the ridge, from the rim, and we just hit all this snow. It's beautiful. We're going through this winter wonderland to get to our car, a little shortcut. My knee hurts, but I'm happy to be here. Happy to be you.
Just happy to be here.
Hey, that's my line, man.
So now we're going through these beautiful woods. Michael reckons we're maybe half mile. About to hit the road now.
The storm cleared away. Temperatures rose and fresh light graced us. For a view unlike any other.
Want to say anything?
Say Merry Christmas, philosophers and other folk, and other disposal folk. Time to get warm. Celebrate Christmas.
I'm just very proud of Ravi as well.
Thanks, guys.
There's a beautiful and profound self-respect that comes from accomplishing any deed, small or large. Don't forget that. No matter what anyone says, if it's important to you, if it makes you feel fulfilled and happy and complete, that's what matters. We escaped the canyon on that Christmas night. We headed straight for Death Valley. Stay tuned for that video. Make sure to check out the Mount Everest trek. More footage from China and the Shaolin Temple. If you want to see more martial arts and cinematic videos like this, click subscribe or I will personally hurl you into the depths of the Grand Canyon. Somehow ended up in a McDonald's. Don't ask me about it. I can see you want to put in the comments what happened at McDonald's. Do not ask me about the McDonald's. All right, guys. See you around town.